my goodness. Oh, look at that. Man, I gotta ruin the audio by moving my mic right out of the gate. Ugh. Welcome to my beautiful work table. Once again, I have solidly screwed up the intro to my show. That is par for the course. I don't know why it is. I don't take the time or have the time to get it right, but here we are in my beautiful work table. If you're interested in other things that I do, I'm pretty busy. I haven't posted a video in a while because I've been doing a lot of stuff. I got games that I got to run. I got podcasts that I got to make. I got work that I got to do. And yeah, between all that family life and stuff, I'm keeping myself pretty busy. I do have my own podcast called The Murder Hobo Show that I run with my buddy Jay, Uncle Jay Raz. It's RPG humor, I guess. A touch of insight, mostly humor. I have a Savage Worlds podcast that I do called the Wild Eye Podcast with my buddy Eric Lamoureux, creator of Wise Guys. I'm on Twitch, or on Twitter, I should say, at The Murder Hobo Show. On Twitch at The Murder Hobo Show as well, as you can see over here. Probably watching this video on YouTube. And yeah, I am a proud member of the Tabletop RPG Network. If you are familiar with Dave the Digital Dungeon Master, I hang out with that guy and play video or play role-playing games sometimes. So that said and out of the way. Those are just places that you can find me if you want to see what I do and, outside of making maps for Tabletop Stimulator. I'm going to crack out my beautiful work table, and I'm going to show you guys something that I think is fantastic. And while I'm doing that, I should have fired up my Outlaws of the Iron Root. So we are going to go to stuff, some things, some thises and that's. Where is it? Grimshackle. You notice at the top it says entering parent view. That is very important because one of the cool things that you can do with Tabletop Stimulator is little things like this. This program called One World has this feature called Parent View. In Parent View, you've seen me use it before if you've seen my map of the Flight of the Red Sword. What it would allow you to do is put a ship map down here, say a map of a ship. In this example, I have 6 different areas to a place called the Grimshackle Jail. I'm going to quickly shoot over to the old right monitor. If you like playing Dungeons and Dragons like I did back in the day, this module is called Outlaws of the Iron Root, adventure code DDEX1-9. It is a short little adventure where you help a fella, Braden Yill, find this outlaw that has he's become part of the Grey Patriots. He at one point was a member of the local mercenaries, the law of the town, so to speak. And yeah, he's kind of gone rogue. There's a bunch of stuff that's happened. He's gone rogue, and you're supposed to track him down. So what happens is there's a little bit of a riot that starts off in the town of Flan. You meet this Braden Yield guy, and then from there, he asks you if you can go track down this guy that's causing trouble along the Iron Route. So in your pursuit of doing that, he tells you that he knows of a woman that is being held in this place called Grimshackle Jail, which you can see right up here as I zoom in, is the second part of the adventure. So you head with your group to the Grimshackle Jail, where some stuff and some things happen. Let's shoot back to main cam, no TTS, which is where we're at now. I did a search on the Googles, which I will bust out again and see if I can't type that in. Grimshackle Jail. Let's smash that in and go to images. Scoot back over to the right monitor. Hopefully there's no nudity on here. I found this, Cliffside Tower Jail. For some reason, it comes up linked as the map for... Oops, I don't want you to do that. But this is a map that I found. In here are the rest of it. So if we click on this and we go to the full album, you'll see that it says Cliffside Tower Jail. There's a little river that goes along here, which is perfect because the description of the Grimshackle Jail is that it is nestled in along the Stogeno River. So there's map 1, and then here's just the different levels of the floor on a 5,000 by 5,000. I cut and pasted this thing apart to bring you this little gem of a beauty. So that's the adventure that you can find this in if you want to play this. I do have the third part, but I don't want to show it because my party has yet to play it. We'll probably be doing that next, the conclusion of. So let me go ahead by just starting with this one. So the nice part about Parent View, what it does is it doesn't change the map. It leaves this map up. As I'm progressing through the adventure, I don't have to have separate links on separate pages. Parent View keeps all the links for the maps on this page, which is freaking fantastic. So I can smash the Grimshackle basement and I can hit the build button. We can zoom out and we can see the module or the map being made. Essentially, all I did was just make a bunch of black stuff for, fog of war kind of a deal. There is a little cavern that goes in through the little back broken gate here underneath the prison. If they wanted to do sort of like, let's say your party wanted to do some reconnaissance or something like that, and they find this little backwards, this little underground alleyway into the basement. It's in and up against the river too, as you'll notice. You'll see the water and stuff, right? So the entrance to this would be along the banks of the river, and it would be a secret way in through the basement, which is a great spot. You can see there's some cobwebs and stuff. Perfect spot to throw in a giant spider web or giant spider ambush. There's some crates over here, which will probably entice your party to come this way. They're going to want to see what's in here and check that stuff out. And then over here, I've put an expended trap. Now, you can expend it or you can just have it out in the open. Kind of your choice. You want to get rid of a thing like this, you can just sort of unlock it and take the pit trap off and, just maybe move it off the map kind of a thing. Keep it wherever you're at and repack your map so that it's not there. Your party walks across or by this thing and you can just be like, kablamo. Now, there was a thing for Tabletop Simulator that would allow you to make things appear and disappear just by clicking them off and on. I'd like to look into that and find it. But there's a nice cool idea for a pit trap. You've got some cells back here with some skeletons and stuff in them. And then I threw this in for shits and giggles. In this thing, I was thinking to myself, adventure hooks. This is a really cool looking Tomb of Horrors kind of face on a little water wheel statue thing. So what I did with my players is I told them that somebody's down here on this, they got this nice rug, some carpets and stuff, and they're doing some kind of experiments and stuff using this well. And anytime they use this well, it rejuvenates them. It's just a hook that I threw in. I'm not, or might not make it go anywhere, but it's just one of those things you can throw in and take a side tangent. So yeah, somebody has snuck in through the basement. They're living down here. They're using this pool of rejuvenation to do weird experiments and stuff like that. And you've got lots of room to throw in a cool giant spider type of adventure in the basement, at which point they can come up to this portcullis and right click on it. You can change the states. Gazing, gazing, and all of a sudden they're through, and then they can work their way up to the main level. From this level, here we've got the Grimshackle Jail. I'll be posting all of this stuff too on my site that I keep track of, or my Steam account deal. You can get all of these maps. Let's build the Grimshackle main part. This will take a second because this is the big one. It has all of the maps, each tier built into it. So as soon as it finishes loading up, I'll just give it a second, finish building, and voila. This is it. So this is the kind of the neat part is, you start off and your party shows up here looking at the Grimshackle Jail. If I zoom in, you can sort of see right in through the jail because of the way that it's set up. I'll show you the different levels in a minute for this thing. But essentially what you're going to do is you're just going to load the Grimshackle Jail and you're going to describe to your party that they've, been adventuring on the road for a few days, and you're going to place your party somewhere along this little front area here. At this point, you don't have to have the guards notice anybody, but there is a little raised area for the guards to sit up here if you have some. Now remember, this is the idea when you're reading this is it's kind of a ramshackle old sort of a shitty jail. It's kind of a junk house. It's not like an upward state-of-the-art prison facilities. It's kind of run down, and there's certain areas that you'll see that are kind of junk. So you drop your players off here. What I would do is depending on the time of day, which is another cool feature. Let's say that it's getting to be dark out. It's dusky or whatnot. Nobody's out walking around the ramparts or any of that kind of stuff. So this is an opportunity for your players to decide how they're going to approach the jail. They're going to either sneak in via stealth, or they're going to try and find a secret way in, or they're going to try and climb the walls, or do a thing like that. But this map will sort of let you do everything you want to do with your players, all sort of built into one thanks to the parenting view idea that's thrown on here nice and easy. Once they determine whether they're going to sneak in, the little map, the entranceway would be back here somewhere along this side. I think it might have been farther out because I did have to cut the map. Dog is barking over there. I did have to cut the map, so you don't actually see it on this. So that is the main level for this deal. Let me load up and we'll go back to parent view here, and we're going to double click on the inside main floor. We'll hit the build button for this one. Let me put the lights back to normal while I'm describing what is going on here. Okay, finish building. So this is the main floor. What happens is your party will walk up, knock on the doors. Somebody will come and ask, state their business, etc., etc. They'll be brought in. They'll meet a couple of halflings that live in here, kind of a thing, the jailers, along with a few other people. I didn't dress out this level. Doesn't really need to be, because it's just like, it's mostly already here. You can see the bedrooms and stuff like that. I don't use fog of war. I don't care if my players see it. We're all adults here. And I don't really have a tendency to hide anything, so they would know the kitchen's back through these doors. But I do have fog of war blocks on some of my other maps. That is just as simple as going fog. I believe it's this one here. I would take this and I would click on this and change it to maybe a yellow or something like that, so that it's sort of blended in. And then you can just take it, rotate it however you need to be, cover up the pieces. Use the F8 key a few times. This is if you wanted to build your own fog of war so people can't really see what's going on. Stretch that down and stretch this out. And F8, click on this, and we're just going to drag this down if we can. 0, 48, 11. But you get the gist. You make a couple of these things, and you can hide all of these rooms in the background. Right-click, delete, they're gone if you want a fog of war idea. So, read the adventure, download the adventure. This is the first floor. There is a set of doors here. This is because there was I did a thing with the unlocked piece downstairs. This is actually not on the map. Here we go. Delete. I don't want scripting. So these are the great big giant doors that you see here. You can place some guards here. That's the staircase that leads up, and you've got the Grimshackle brothers' bedrooms here and here, and the guard barracks in the back with the kitchen over here. Main floor done. There's the stairs up. Also, too, what you can do is when they come into this room, you could have a locked door that goes to the basement, which is what I did, which is another way to get down. Okay, there's a bit of talking going on here. Let's shoot over to the Grimshackle Jail inside second floor. Double click on this, hit the build button. As always, you got to give it a second to pull the map up. You're loading a lot of assets, doing a lot of things. Okay. Here is the second floor. Now, this is a little guards resting area. This is where the prisoners would be staying, of course, up on the second floor. So you've got a bunch of jail cells and some hay, some bedding, that kind of stuff. This little squiggle at the back represents an area where the floor is weakened from dampness, moisture, that kind of stuff, right? But you put your little prisoners in here behind the jail cells and whatnot, and this is a room where the guards will hang out. They got some reading material while they're on their watches, and there's a trough of water and some weapons and a shield and whatnot, and then of course doors that will take you up to the third level. But that's the gist. This is where the guards will hang out during their workday shifts. This would be where the guards would sleep out near the gates to protect the ins and the outs, kind of a thing. Just a couple of extra beds for maybe having a nap, kind of a deal that I threw in there. And that's pretty much it for the third level. Up to the fourth level, well, this would be the third level, not including the basement. We'll give this a second to load, because sometimes, like I said, it's loading a lot of assets. It actually doesn't take that long. Literally takes 10 seconds. Now we have the third level. This is where you're coming to meet the person, your contact at the jail, a lady named Rathine Fell, half orc. You can put her up in here, so they have to go through the different levels to get up here. You can show them each one, or you can bring them directly here. There is, again, different bars. Parts of the prison are broken. Certain ways will be easier to get in and out, and this would lead down. This would be a hole to the floor below that's caved in. So yeah, no dex checks. Maybe if you get into a fight with your guards or something like that, one of the guards might try and push your players through here down to the next floor. And then we've got a ladder here that goes up to the roof. That's how they would get up, and that's why there is no center part here that goes up. These stairwells just stop here. I didn't put any more in. So yeah, Rathine is here. You've got a nice, great big area here to stage a fight with your players. You can have some guards and stuff like that off in the side rooms. Now, in the adventure, there's a Minotaur that comes, and this Minotaur shows up, and basically he kicks the doors open, and he's like, blood for Hawthorne. And you fight a pirate Minotaur with two giant stone clubs. Well, that's what I used anyway. Somebody's given him some weapons and stuff like that. And then lastly, the last bit of the map is the 6th phase. What I want to show you is that the Grimshackle Jail roof is technically the same as the Grimshackle Jail outside entrance. They are literally going to load the same map. If I click on this link, it says Grimshackle Main. And if I click on this one, it says the same thing. The only thing I did was change the little icon so that it makes sense in my head that this is the roof layer, although this roof layer is going to essentially be the same thing as the main outside. So it's going to be the longest and hardest one to load. Happy Turkey Day to all my American friends. I am a Canadian, and our Turkey Day was October, second Monday in October, so we've already did it. Here you have the escape deal. The ladder to the roof would pop out here, so this is where your party would come out. Maybe they get chased up the stairs by the jailers. What happened with my party is Rathine, when the Minotaur showed up, Rathine and one of the jailers made a run for it. They went up the escape hatch, or this little hatch onto the roof, and they caught Rathine trying to untie this gigantic sail that is up here. She, I guess, was going to try and make an attempt to swing down, so that is one possible escape route. Or your players can basically try and fight their way down the jail. What's happening inside the jail is the Minotaur, as he's fighting you, there is another guy. I do these videos for game masters mostly. As a player, I don't know why you would be looking at this, because this is GM stuff. But the premise is there's a jailer guy that is unlocking all of the jail cells, and he's letting out the prisoners, creating a ruse, and he's doing a thing because the Grey Patriots have paid him to help Rathine escape. So he's released this gigantic Minotaur pirate, Wheelharrow, to cause ruckus while your party's here, and she's going to try and make the getaway. But she doesn't know that the Grey Patriots have sent her, or sent this guy to get her. She's kind of pissed, so she's willing to give the party the information if they can help her get out. I'll be posting a couple of videos or images or screenshots of this on my Twitter feed and describing what happened with my players. Unfortunately, Voicemeter Potato bent me over and my audio is screwed up, or you could just see me using the map. But I will make all of these maps available. Parenting mode is very simple. I will also make this image available. And then all you got to do is click in parenting mode after you've created a bunch of links, one link for each level. You actually only need 5. There's 5 maps. The basement, the main floor. This is going to be Grimshackle 1, Grimshackle Jail 2, and Grimshackle Jail 3. And then this again is the main floor, which is the outside version. So that's it. That's it for this map. This is called the Grimshackle Jail. You can find the Grimshackle Jail. I think it's on, you know what, honestly, just Google it, because they gave it away for free years ago. I'm going to shoot over to my right monitor, and we're going to finish with, this is Outlaws of the Iron Root, DDEX1-9, and that's the map that I made for it. So yeah, there you go. I'll put that up on the Steam thing that I got running, and I'll put a link in the show notes to how you can find it. Cool. All right, peace out.